So to measure your cord for your net so that you have enough length when you put on your net, you need to take your cord, wrap it all the way on the outside of the net, bring it down so you have about that much on each side of your handle, and then you're gonna cut the end of it, and then you're gonna singe it with a lighter. So you're gonna use your crochet hook to help you get through these holes. And first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take one end of your string, and you might need a little help from your crochet hook. So you take your crochet hook, put it in, and you make this loop so that it'll attach to your hook, kind of just snug it down, and then you can pull your end out over here, and you're just gonna leave about that much on your end to get your string started. Okay, so now that you have your end, you're gonna take this string that's out in the inside of the net. You're gonna take anywhere on your net, you just need one of your loops on the inside of the net, doesn't matter where. We're gonna start on this inside one and grab it. You're gonna take your string, put it through one of the holes, and you're just gonna kind of pull it through. Okay, then remember we made our loop when we put this one through that first hole. We're gonna make our loop again because we're gonna pull it back through our first hole. So make your loop, take your crochet hook, put it down in there, you can see it. Put your loop on your crochet hook and pull that out, and it's gonna be coming out the same hole that you started with. Important thing is not to pull the whole string out. You're gonna wanna, see how I have my thumb here? Keep your thumb there so that string's not gonna move. And you're just gonna pull out the rest of this line, okay? So now I pulled it out, and we've got this loop here, okay? You're gonna want that tight up against the net, okay? So you're gonna take both of these strings that now you have through the hole, and you're gonna pull it tight, just like that, and you can see it's snug up against the wood. Now that you have this pulled through and this is tied up against the wood, you're going to take your long string that's gonna go around the outside of the net, okay, and you need to pull it down through this hole right here, okay? So crochet hook's gonna go up through, and it's gonna catch our string. So it's caught it, and see how I can pull it through, and now it's starting to feed into this groove here, okay? And that's a good thing. We only want to pull out one end, so we're just gonna pull this out so it's on the inside of our net, okay? So now that it's on the inside, we're gonna do the same thing that we did last time. We wanna pick a part of our net to put our string through. And you usually want it right where that string's coming through. You wanna pick a hole that's right next to that hole in the net. And you don't want it really tight. You don't wanna stretch this and have it tight. You want it kinda just how the net is. You just want it kinda loose, okay? So then you take it, find where you want it. Okay, I think that'll be a good loop right there. So we're gonna pick that one. So I'm gonna loop this through right there. And I'm keeping tension on the rest of this line down here with my other hand, if you can see that. Okay, so now that we've pulled through and got it through that one, we're gonna make our loop again. Oops. Grab our crochet hook, stick it down through. We got our loop, and we're gonna pull it through. Remember, we're only pulling, we don't wanna pull all the line through, and you can't really now because I've got this end, okay? But now we're gonna tighten that. See how it's nice and tight now? Okay, so we just did our second loop, and now we're gonna tie it. See how I'm holding our first one that we did, and here's our second one, okay? We need to make a knot right here so that we can go through and knot the rest of these. So the way that I do this is I use my crochet hook, and you're gonna tie a square knot, right over left, left over right. So you're gonna go down through, see how I picked up that line, and I'm gonna use this crochet hook to grab my string so I can kind of put it over here on this other side, okay? And then you're gonna make a knot, you're gonna go through this hole we just made, okay? Pull it and pull as tight as you can, and that'll knot it up and it'll catch it. So now that your string The only one you need to worry about is this one. You don't need to worry about this one anymore. Now that we've knotted this, just one knot, we'll go back and finish it. We're gonna continue throughout the rest of our net, but now we only have one string to worry about, okay? So you're gonna take your crochet hook, put it up through that hole, you can see that crochet hook, loop your line around it, and that crochet hook's gonna pull that out for you, okay? And then you pull your string through, pull it so it's tight and it's in that channel, okay? Then grab a loop, like I said, find a loop that'll kind of just be kind of loose, don't pull it really tight. That loop looks like it's a good one, so we're gonna put it there. So you're gonna take your line, put it through that hole, okay, and get it on this other side, sorry, hold on just a second. Okay, so now it's down through the net. Okay, now it's got to come back up and over the top into the wood on the edge. So we're going to put our crochet hook out, make our loop. This is going to come back up through, and we're going to pull our line out. And sometimes you'll tie a knot. You just get your knot undone. See how it's kind of loose, and you just fix it by just pulling it and making sure it's up there nice and tight. Okay. Okay, so now we're on our last hole. Okay, so then we're gonna put our crochet hook up. Same thing we've been doing all the way across the net, right? Just pull that through. And you pull your end through. You're gonna pull it tight, make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, now we've got this little bit left. You can pull a little bit on this net and stretch it so it looks nice. You kind of want it just to kind of follow that. Sometimes you get a little extra, and that's okay. Okay, so then you pick one of the holes like you were doing all along with your net. Okay, and you're gonna pull it through that hole. Okay, and then go take your crochet hook. This is our last hole, so we're gonna put it down, pull that up, our string. See, now we have our loop down here for this last one. Okay, just hold it there. Okay, so now we only have one string, and we're at the end. Now we're gonna tie our knot. Okay, so now we're gonna tie a knot like we did when we did our first one. Okay, so you're gonna take your crochet hook, put it underneath your string, make your loop, and you're gonna pull the string over to this other side because we're gonna make a square knot. Okay, so we're starting over on the left first. So we got our loop here, pass your string over to the loop on the left, and you're gonna tie a knot. And you're just gonna pull it tight. See how that knot's hidden in there? That's good. Okay, so now we're gonna make our loop over to the right because we're making a square knot. And I can do this with my fingers because there's enough room for me to do it. So take your string, pass it underneath your string here. Okay, make your loop on the right, pull the string, and tie your knot. And you do it one more time on the left just for good measure. And that's it.